7-3 on our last video, rocking with a bunch of plays on Prizepicks yesterday. We cashed the Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 points, the Olynyk under 5.5 rebounds, the Grimes over 4.5 assists, the Shea Gill just over 4.5 rebounds, Durant over 29.5 points and rebounds, and the Norman Powell over 2.5 rebounds. The only two that let us down on the Prizepicks platform was Cade Cunningham and Aaron Gordon, unfortunately. 3-2 on the Betr platform. That Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 points, part of that 7-3 record, cashed on that platform as well. We had the Tatum under 29.5 points and the Durant, once again, part of that 7-3 record, over 29.5 points and rebounds. Aaron Gordon, part of the losing part of that 3 record. Same thing on the Underdog fantasy platform. 2 plays we already had on the other 2 that were factored into that record, but the Wendell Carter Jr. over 9.5 points and the Fred VanVleet under 16.5 points and rebounds. So yesterday, 7-3 overall on the plays. If you tuned in, you should have done very well. Plays went very well overall. 7-3. If you're able to do that every single day, you're going to be making a lot of money long term on these apps if you're playing optimal slip types. These videos are going to be free content, breaking down the process, and I do have premium content giving you every single one of my plays, like I discussed in these videos, as soon as I place them at a massive discount right now. $25, guys. I've gone ahead and ramped up that package to include more than ever early alerts. Every single app, including Prizepicks, Underdog Fantasy, Betr Picks, Sleeper Picks, do have a $99.99 price tag baked into it. However, I want to get as many of you in there for as cheap as possible. I want to provide you with as much value as I can for as cheap as possible. So $25 right now if you sign up with the link down below for the premium content packages. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NBA game slate tonight. So I will be coming on, breaking down the process, going game by game, as I always do. 3 apps. Make sure you're taking advantage of the sign-up bonuses for these apps. Prizepicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 instantly with the promo code KJKDFS. My link down below I'll have pinned as the top comment to make it nice and easy on you. Underdog Fantasy will give you a bonus all the way up to $1,000 with the promo code KJKDFS. My link down below that'll have pinned as the top comment to make it easy on you. And Betr Picks will give you a $250 sweat-free offer. Win or lose, you get your $250 back. Once again, with my link down below, pinned as the top comment, or my promo code KJKDFS. So we'll go game by game here. First game on the slate, we got Brooklyn taking on Indiana, a 219 over under 10-point spread in favor of the Indiana Pacers. So far, injury news-wise, we have Tyrese Halliburton listed as questionable, Zaire Williams listed as questionable, D'Angelo Russell is already confirmed out. So I'm going to give you guys the very best prop that I have in this one with the news that we have as of the time of recording. This first one will be attacking the Prizepicks board, and we will be attacking a prop brought to you by Daily Grind Fantasy. Guys, if you do not have this tool, this is the tool that I'm using every single day to find the very best plays on these apps. If you're not getting my premium content packages to get access to all my plays, the tools that I actually use myself would be the ones I recommend for your research, and they will give you 25% off with my link down below. Once again, pinned as the top comment, all of them down below. We have the Pascal Siakam over 6.5 rebounds with a 52.39% chance to hit because we have some aggressive juice coming in for multiple sportsbooks, including -144 on Pinnacle, known as the sharpest, smartest sportsbook in the world, and a -145 price tag over on Bovada, -130 Flip, -129 Hot Streak, etc. Every single one of these sports books is indicating to us that the over 6.5 rebounds is the way to go on this channel. We don't care whether we're taking overs. We don't care whether we're taking unders. All that we care about is we're taking the side of the prop that has the higher likelihood to win. And the over 6.5 rebounds is that side tonight. On Pascal Siakam, we got millions of dollars of data scientists coming up with these price tags to keep these companies in business. That's kind of how that works, to make it nice and short on you, and we can use that data to our advantage to be winning some money on these apps. So the Pascal Siakam over 6.5 rebounds is where we want to be looking here tonight for play number 1, and it is available only on the Prizepicks platform at the time of recording. So going to be a Prizepicks play to start things off. Unfortunately, it's not listed on Betr Picks or Underdog Fantasy at the time of recording, but that can change. So certainly keep your eyes out on the board. If it's uploaded as a prop on Underdog or Betr Picks, obviously, I would be okay with you playing it there as well as Prizepicks, as long as you are getting the 6.5 number, right? So that's play number one for game number one in the Brooklyn, Indiana game. Next game, we got the Golden State Warriors taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Looks like we got all of our injury news pretty much confirmed in this one as well. Gary Payton listed as questionable. Stephen Curry is already confirmed listed as out, though. We have Clint Capella and Larry Nance confirmed as out. Karis LeVert and Trae Young listed as probable. So we should be able to analyze this one pretty straight up with a 233.5 over under 2.5 point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Up-tempo, close game. Let's talk about my favorite prop in this one. We'll be talking better picks for this next one. Zachary Ricochet in particular, the over 11.5 points, the only place that he's listed at the 11.5. Not available on Underdog Fantasy or Prizepicks, so another example of taking advantage of all of our apps, but he is listed as a minus 125 favorite to go over the 11.5 on DraftKings, and he's listed at 12.5 on every single one of these other sports books outside of Flip, where he's even more aggressively favored at the 11.5 number at minus 140. So the 11.5 number on Zachary Ricochet, really advantageous to be taken on the Betr platform. We talked about how this game is expected to be up-tempo, fast-paced. We talked about how there's no Clint Capella, Larry Nance, Ricochet locked into a solid role, and Ricochet underpriced at the 11.5 number on Betr. So be taking advantage over here. Zachary Ricochet, unfortunately, you can't get him, like I said, at the 11.5 number on those other platforms. So I would be sticking strictly to Betr for this one is my advice, because every single point matters, and that's how we're going to win money long term on these apps. We need to find the very best value that gives us, that 3, 4, 5% edge on every single one of our props, as we're getting right here. Pretty much a 3.76% edge, because you're baking in the price that pretty much every prop is 50-50. Anytime you're able to get a prop where you're winning more than 50%, that's where the edge comes in. So essentially, a 3.76% edge is how that breaks down. How we're going to make money, how we're going to find good plays on these apps. The Zachary Ricochet over 11.5 points is going to be my favorite prop. In this second game, available on Betr, Washington taking on the New York Knicks in the third game with a nice 223 over under. However, a 15.5 point spread in favor of the New York Knicks. Washington's on the second half of a back-to-back. Would not be surprised in the least to see some crazy injury news coming out from their side, resting some guys. Jordan Poole will get ruled out or whatever the case may be, but for the time being, we will discuss the data that we have at hand right now. Just keeping in mind, we do have a pretty large spread, so there is a blowout possibility in this one. We're going to keep that blowout possibility in mind with this pick and hope that Josh Hart takes a seat on the bench early in the fourth quarter in this one, because we're going to be rocking with his under 9.5 rebounds. Minus 140 on the under on DraftKings, minus 133 on the under on Caesars, minus 135 hot streak, minus 138 parlay play, etc., etc. We're looking at a 52.86% chance to hit on this under 9.5 rebounds. And a good example, guys, Josh Hart's a guy that plays a lot of minutes and grabs a lot of rebounds. I think the market's factoring in that there's a possibility that he's going to be sitting on the bench throughout the entire fourth quarter. That's kind of how this works. I talk about how the market knows everything all the time. I think this is a good example. I think if it's a close game, there's a possibility, we might see him favored on the over 9.5, but with all these things factored in, the market telling us, hey, go ahead and tack that under on the 9.5 rebounds. For Josh Hart, it all lines up to me. It all makes a lot of sense, right? When we're seeing a game with this massive spread. Possibility the team that's winning going to sit their starters pretty early in this one, let them get their rest. They have more important games to be playing down the stretch in the playoffs, etc. Their goals a lot higher than beating the Washington Wizards at this point in the season. So Josh Hart, the under 9.5 rebounds. We're looking at some really good value there. Let's hope he's out of the game nice and early for us tonight. And we got two more to cover for you on the channel today. We got the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Sacramento Kings. And we got a 2-for-1 special in this one, the Betr app and the Prizepicks app. We're going to be talking Malik Monk, and we're going to be talking his under 6.5 assists. We can see we have minus 130 favorite on the under on Pinnacle, all the way up to minus 140 on DraftKings. Minus 140 on BetMGMs from Sharper Books. Every single one of these favoriting the under with a 53.44% chance to hit on the under on the Betr Optimizer. We go over to the Prizepicks Optimizer, where they're bringing in even more data for us, all the way up to a 53.68% chance for that under to hit here tonight on the Malik Monk under. 6.5 assists available on Prizepicks, available on Betr. Take advantage on both of these platforms. The Malik Monk under 6.5 assists. Phenomenal prop, once again, with a bunch of different data backing it. Multi-million-dollar sports books favoriting the under. That's what we want here. That's what we want to be taking to be profiting on these apps, and we can take it on, once again, both Prizepicks and Betr at the time of recording. So let's hope that sticks along. Stays there for you guys that are watching this content, so you can lock it in. And we got the last game on the slate, the Chicago Bulls taking on the LA Lakers. Bunch of pending injury news in this one, so we'll do the best with what we got, guys. But I mean, we got Trey Jones listed as questionable, LeBron James listed as questionable, Gabe Vincent listed as questionable, a bunch of probables. We'll do the best with what we have, and I do think there's one prop that's sticking out to me right now that, with all this pending injury news on the screen, will stay true, will be a good bet, no matter how this injury news breaks. So let's talk about it. And we'll round things out here with a 3-4-1 special prize picks. Underdog Fantasy, Betr Picks, all three available. The Josh Giddey over 7.5 rebounds. Prizepicks Optimizer, a 53.29% chance to hit. You can see every single one of these markets ripping towards his over. Minus 148 on Pinnacle, minus 128 on FanDuel. He's all the way up to a minus 131 on BetOnline. All the way up to minus 150 on Bovada, minus 135 on Parlay Play, minus 140 on Fliff. We go to the Underdog Fantasy Optimizer with all the data they're bringing in, a 53.28% chance to hit. And we go to the Betr Picks Optimizer with all the data they're bringing in, a 53.46% chance to hit. Every single one of these markets ripping towards the over 7.5 rebounds for Josh Giddey, indicating to us that is the edge of this prop, of course. And like I said, the pending injury news we're waiting on right now. For their side, it's Trey Jones, who's the backup point guard. Everything else we have confirmation on, so I feel pretty confident promoting this play. With the data that we have right now, I think it's probably, the best spot that we can be going to. And keep in mind, you can't get this on each and every single one of the platforms we're talking about throughout this content, which does make me happy. Prizepicks, Underdog Fantasy, Betr Picks. Anytime we can get a prop that I can promote to you guys that we can get on every single one of these apps, it's going to give everybody a solid chance of being able to capture the value. Even if they take it off or bump it on one of the apps, you can just switch on over to the other one. If you haven't signed up already, get that deposit bonus on Underdog Fantasy, Betr Picks, whatever the case may be. Whatever app that you don't have, it will be available on Prizepicks, available on Underdog Fantasy, and available on Betr Picks, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when this happens. Good value across the board. Every single one of these bad boys, you can get the Josh Giddey over 7.5 rebounds. So take advantage of that while you can. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have not checked out the premium content packages, I don't know what you're doing. You saw we went 7-3 on the yesterday's video. Keep in mind, that's just these are just first look free videos. We don't even have all the data. If you're signing up and you're getting in the Discord, you are getting the best of the best of the best. I'm attacking at the optimal time. If there's no pending injury news and we can attack early, I'll attack early. If we're waiting on some pending injury news, like I talked about, where it's craziness and we want to wait, it's getting later in the NBA season, we'll attack then. We got esports over there. We got every single one of these apps. If you hop in there and you give me feedback as to what you're looking, I'm always listening to your feedback, what you're looking for. I can provide it to you. I got tools to get the optimal plays on each and every one of these apps. So thank you for tuning in. Wishing you all the very best of luck on your NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.